So it looks like Medicare-based migration can tell us a useful story on movement patterns for postcode-based regions. However, Australia's official statistics are generally based on Australia's official statistical geography, the Australian Standard Geographical Classification, or ASGC, which is different to the postcode geography. The postcode geography, used by Medicare Australia, is based on Australia Post postcodes, which only really exist to assist Australia Post in the delivery of mail. Australia's official statistical geography, the ASGC, is based on Australia's official statistical regions, the ASGC. This geography is prepared for official statistical purposes and is different to the postcode geography. Ideally, entire postcodes are aggregated to ASGC-based regions, which gives good potential for the postcode-based migration data to be used for the regular estimation of migration for these regions. And indeed, at state level, postcodes are almost completely contained within state and territory boundaries, providing good confidence in the postcode-based Medicare migration data for these generally large regions. And this is actually what is done by the ABS to prepare the state-level migration estimates, postcodes aggregated to entire states or territories. Capital city and other large statistical divisions, together with the labour force survey-focused statistical regions, can also generally be built from entire postcodes. However, when it comes to other levels of geography, such as local government areas, and especially for the statistical local area, this relationship is not so straightforward. Some local areas can be built from entire postcode areas. However, other LGAs and SLAs may include partial postcodes. To attempt to account for postcodes not falling completely within regions of interest, a concordance can be used to convert data from postcode to ASGC region. A population-weighted concordance allocates whole and portions of postcodes based on the estimated population distribution across these postcodes at a particular point in time. However, depending on the relationship between the postcode and the ASGC region, and the relative size of postcode populations, there can be a wide variety of confidence in the data which has been converted using this concordance. Some SLAs correspond exactly with a postcode area, providing us with high confidence for data converted to these types of SLAs. But at the other extreme, many statistical local areas can only be overlaid from a small proportion of just one postcode. Converted data for these SLAs are generally of low quality. Notwithstanding potential quality issues for some postcode-based Medicare migration data that has been converted to ASGC regions, an experimental series of regional migration estimates has been derived. This series can be used for testing and also can be used to provide some migration data to assess, to analyse and refine further. The experimental ASGC-based annual series goes from 1985-86 all the way up to 2005-2006. Preparing these Medicare-based migration estimates for 2005-2006 allows us to compare the Medicare data with 2006 census-based migration data. To convert this 20-year time series, a set of postcode to ASGC concordances was developed, which distribute postcode populations across consistent ASGC-based regions for 21 points in time, 1986 through to 2006. The data has been converted to various geographic levels of the 2006 edition of the ASGC, including local government areas, statistical regions, and statistical divisions. A scatter plot of converted 2005-2006 Medicare-based arrivals, shown on the y-axis, against 1 year ago's arrivals data from the 2006 census, shown on the x-axis, reveals a very high correlation between. Similarly, for departures, the correlation coefficient is quite high, around 0.95. Not surprisingly, the correlation between the converted Medicare and the census data was higher for those regions where we had more. A quick comparison of some age-specific Medicare-based data with census migration data also reveals a reasonably good match. The following two slides plotting Medicare-based migration data, the black line, with census-based migration, the grey line. And Western Australia's Pilbara Statistical Division, for example, further indicating that the Medicare data appears to be of good quality. In other words, the converted Medicare data is close